All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was a pretty slow couple days, as usual, on the weekend, but we did get a pretty significant weekly candle close. We can talk about that further. So, this is Crypto Rolly, the crypto watch that never stops. Live technical analysis, price predictions, and trading. Remember, do your own research, trade at your own risk. These are my own ideas and opinions on the market. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, tick the bell for notifications. All right, so we can see the volume is still pretty low, around 700 million, still under a billion, but this is typical of the weekend. Just a minor loss in the past 24 hours on Bitcoin, and you can see just minor losses across the board. However, Tezos is down 8%, Link down almost 8%, and these were, some of the best performing crypto or altcoins that we had, and they look to be dropping harder than most. So, sometimes what goes up, the fastest or the highest sometimes drops the hardest as well. All right. So we'll take a quick look at those at the very end of the video. And then our crypto fear and greed index is down at a 39. We're still in the fearful area. Especially with this weekly close, the daily closes we'll take a look at. It's just, the bearishness is adding up. However, this is Bitcoin. Anything can happen. Bitcoin block halving is 71 days away. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the chart. Current price, 85.58. Looking at the weekly candle close, this is something that we've been trying to avoid. We've been talking about for a few weeks, ever since we broke above the 21 weekly EMA. If we did come back down on a pullback, we wanted to find support here. Unfortunately, this candle did close beneath the 21 EMA and the 10 simple. So, we were saying above the 21 EMA, you're in a bull market, below a bear market. We did see the 21 EMA get tested several times along this rally here, but every single time it dipped beneath it, it ended up closing back above. This wick here closed back above, wick below closed above. And you see how it held support the whole way. The fact that we closed underneath it is not a good sign. It doesn't mean that we have to go down. Market makers, they can paint these pictures however they like. We're all looking at the same chart, so maybe it's just a fake out, always a possibility. But overall, wasn't a good thing to see. And we do have support here, the 50 EMA. 50 EMA is also important. You can see how it acted as support here, resistance here. Yours 50 EMA is at 82.57. So if we do drop, that might be another line in the sand. We definitely want to hold support. You start breaking beneath that, your next target on the weekly moving averages is going to be 74.22. Real quick, it is Sunday, so we got to talk about the CME. On Friday, the CMEs don't trade over the weekend. So you had your weekly close actually on Friday for CMEs, and the CME closed beneath its 21 weekly EMA, and Bitcoin followed suit afterwards. Okay, so we did see that. If we zoom in down to the 1 hour, it's a very, very miniature gap here. It comes in, the bottom is around it closed. Let's see, where did we close? We closed at 87.35. So we have a little bit of a gap. There is a slight price difference between CME and then Bitstamp. We could take a look at that. Actually, looks like, ooh, we're getting the candle. Okay, so probably going to fill that gap while I'm on video with you now. So there's another gap most likely going to get filled. And we'll have to see. So do we fill the gap and then continue downwards? Because I will show you a lot of bearish signals like the weekly 21 EMA. But at the same time, it looks like we're in a bit of a falling channel. So do we fill it and then get rejected and continue, the descent? Or we could just surprise everybody and get a pump. Now, how high do we pump will be the question. Okay, we'll have to take a look at it. And unfortunately, even if we pump, you still have to have a bit of a bearish bias just because of the trend, the change in trend, lower highs. Until you see a significant change in trend, it's just probabilities are in your favor to go into shorts. Doesn't mean you have to short the bottom, but if you do get a rally up and you see the rally starting to fail, could be, a good time to take that short, and, the trend is your friend till it's not. However, we still, if you take a look at our, let's take a look at the Fibonacci's. Let's just follow up with the Fibonacci's. Swing high or swing low to swing high. We did find support on the 0.5 Fibonacci around 84.91. And, if we do end up bouncing, it won't be big surprise to find a support on such a major, Fibonacci retracement level. But, you also have this rising trend line here, touch, and it was holding up price. Then we broke beneath it. Looks like we even rose up and got rejected, support, flip resistance. We'll have to see if we can break back above it, or maybe it acts as resistance again here. And if we do lose the 0.5 fib, your 0.618 golden retrace is around $8,000. So as long as we hold above the 0.618, you're still technically in an uptrend. And Bitcoin likes to come to, back down to that 0.618. So, as long as we hold the 618 around 8,000, you can still have some bullish hope as far as this rally here. Start closing beneath that, it's, we're going to start talking about lower numbers, unfortunately. You also have this rising trend line here. If you look from this bottom, held up all the price here, held up price here. So, by the time, say we do break down, by the time it reaches 8,000, it could come meet it right here and get picked up by this rising trend line. Just an option. You also have a support line here I have drawn. This is coming in around, let's see, 82.20. Basically, you had resistance here, an ascending triangle that finally broke the resistance bullish, and then it was retested as support and bounced off. So you could find support here again. But this is all if we lose this level. If we're able to bounce higher, you're going to look at resistance at the 0.382, around 89.50, 89.65. Maybe this trend line will act as resistance. And then you also have a horizontal, I have drawn here, where it was resistance flip support and could, act as resistance again, coming in around 91.50. And 91.50, you break that, you have the 95.50, 9600 level that we've talked about a lot. That was support here, resistance, and support again until it was broken. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at as far as the horizontal levels. Okay, so let me go back to the weekly and we'll just finish up, the full breakdown with all the indicators. All right, so we did look at the moving averages. Let's look at our Bollinger Bands. So on the weekly, the middle Bollinger Band is still holding up a price as support. So, excuse me, when you're in the when you're in this upper region, that's going to be the bullish region. If you lose this support, you're going to be in the bearish region. So technically, as far as Bollinger Bands, we are still bullish. Your support is coming in at 84.75 on the weekly. Let's go also to our Ichimoku cloud, because let's see what we see there. Okay, hold on one second. So, not as good. Well, the candle closed beneath the cloud. You are finding support on this bottom blue conversion line, but the fact that the pink baseline is above the blue conversion line, this was a bearish Kumo cross. I was hoping to find more support in this region and get a bullish Kumo cross back, but we broke beneath the cloud, and your resistance on the cloud is coming in, let's see, at 87.33. So we want to get back into the cloud, that's for sure. Otherwise, maybe you come along this way and get rejected again. Let's look at the stochastics. The stochastics looking for a cross down. They have crossed, but this could end up looking like that if we get some upward action. But this might be a cross down. But does it? I'm looking back here at this kind of price action. So what if we get something like that going on? Okay, so it's not a death sentence yet, just something to keep your eye on. Okay, let's go down to the daily. We'll go ahead and leave the Ichimoku clouds up. On the daily, we're bouncing off of the green cloud of support. So if we can get back above this pink baseline, which is coming in at 86.77. We're not far off. If you can get a daily close back above, that would be a good signal. And you do have this support on the Ichimoku clouds. Your stochastics are super low. Eventually this is going to get across. It's looking for one now. So have we bottomed out? There's a possibility. If you look at the weekly 21 EMA and the Ichimoku, not looking so good. But if you're looking at the weekly Bollinger Band, we found support where we needed to. And the daily Ichimoku cloud is also finding that, critical support right here. We'll have to keep following that. Also, if you can get price to keep rising, we could possibly break this downtrend on the daily RSI as well. Let's keep going. Bollinger Bands. Well, I can say we're not closing candles on the outside, so could float our way this way. Your middle BB is coming down. You're still definitely in the bearish area. That's why until you really break above into the bullish zone on these daily Bollinger Bands, you have to assume, first attempt probably going to be a sell, if you're trading on margin. All right. And then let's go over to our moving averages on the daily. This is also something we've been watching here. We did get a close beneath the pink 200 simple on the daily. That wasn't good. And then we follow it up with the close beneath the 200 EMA, the light green 200 EMA. You can see on the following candle, we retested the 200 simple and got rejected. So could we possibly get rejected here, on the green 200 EMA, which is coming around 86.02, and we do have price at 85.99. We'll have to see how this daily candle closes. But ideally, I would like to get a daily cross up, possibly another close, a candle close back above the pink 200 simple. Otherwise, get rejected here, and your target could be this 377 EMA at 81.50. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go to the 12-hour. On the 12-hour, your Stokes have just been hanging out real low. We haven't seen that amazing cross up we've seen, in previous price action, just hanging low. But maybe we'll get that, a nice cross to the upside on the 12-hour Stoke eventually. Prices, seeing somewhat bullish divergence. You can see that the price is slowly coming down, but the RSI on the 12-hour is slowly rising. You have this 10 simple coming in as resistance. You can see that you were rejected here on the previous 12-hour candle, but we want to close back above it at 86.70. Even better, get above the green 200 EMA on the 12-hour. It's at 88.20, okay? But you do have, your 21 EMA could be a significant resistance coming down if we do manage to get a pop up. So let's keep it moving. Bollinger Bands, kind of similar situation to the daily, floating out to the side. Nothing too much to talk about there. We'll keep going. Ichimoku clouds. Ichimoku cloud, you were finding support in the bottom of this cloud, but we have fallen out of the cloud. We need to get back into it. Otherwise, the bottom of the cloud will be your resistance coming in at 86.77. Let's go over to CME real quick, see if I can see. CME is going to be delayed for me, and I don't know. I don't think this has closed, so I think it's still open. I think the CME gap is still open. We'll have to follow up later. Okay, so the CME gap's still open. Let's go back to my Bitstamp chart. Going back to, we were looking at the 12-hour. So yeah, you got a bearish Kumo cross here. The blue conversion line above the pink was bullish, and then that was a bearish cross back there. If you do manage to get back into the cloud, this is going to act as resistance, okay? Let's go to our 4-hour. On the 4-hour, you are being held down by the blue conversion line. It's acting as resistance at 86.66. So 86.70, we'll just call it. We can see this number keep coming back up. So you're going to want to see us get a close back above here. And you can see that similar situation happening with our moving averages. So the price has had a very hard time getting a close or open and close above the blue 10 simple. It's just been bringing price down. You see we finally got a close above it, but weren't able to close the following candle above it, came back down, and then rejected. You looked like you were going to get a pop, rejected by the 21 EMA back beneath the 10 simple. And, we'll have to see. There's an hour and 15 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. Will we get a close above the blue 10 simple or another rejection? But if you take off these moving averages, we can just pull out a drawing tool. Well, we have multiple drawing tools going on here, but this is fine. So this was the rising trend line I showed you earlier coming from the bottom. And you can see where it had support, broke beneath, and it tried to get back above, rejected here. So it has been acting as resistance. So this, if we do get a pop, might act as resistance still. So you want to see us get above here and find support above here. And you are between the 0.5 fib and the 0.382. So this could be a little bit of a range in here. But what I wanted to draw just real quick is this trend line here. You have a pretty steep descending trend line from using the 4-hour candles. We can see it. We'll go to the 1 hour, just see if it looks a little better. So yeah, it's pretty clear, and it's respecting that blue 10 simple on the 4-hour. So if we can get a 4-hour close above here, that would be also a good opportunity, for a change in trend. So you want to see a 4-hour close at least above here, maybe even a 4-hour open and close on the following candle. You're also going to want to see some volume come in. If you get a breakout of this pattern but no volume, it could end up getting rejected and it was just a fake out and then continue down. Otherwise, you also have a horizontal support coming in, so a bit of a descending triangle possibly. If this is a descending triangles most often break bearish, but I would have thought we would have seen that move here. So this move here looked like it was going to be that break of the descending triangle, got picked back up, basically not enough momentum from the bears. So, is the sell-off over, or are they just taking a break over the weekend? Maybe, once Wall Street opens tomorrow morning, you get a stronger sell-off, especially if the stock market starts dropping as well. People are claiming now that they are correlated. So if the stock market continues to drop, maybe we'll see, more panic in Bitcoin as well. We did see there is a death case in the first United States death case. So maybe people are going to panic even more in the markets. What if this is not a descending triangle? Maybe this is more like a wedge, okay? So if you're looking more at the candle bodies, I might be reaching here, but we got to draw all scenarios, okay? So maybe this is more like some type of falling wedge. If this is a falling wedge and we break bullish, this is usually a bullish pattern. So you're kind of just slowly drifting down, but some reason the bulls are still holding the price up. So we could get, a little bit of a rally, okay? We'll have to keep our eye on that. Just be a little bit patient, okay? Let's see, is there anything else I can show on here? I think the 4-hour stochastics, looking for a cross up, but there hasn't been any, significant decision in the market yet. So we'll have to, keep your eye on it. I don't like to short the bottom. So if if I see some volume coming in, some heavy sells, maybe I see this rising wedge, dropping, that could be, a signal, okay, more downside. Maybe we even get a 4-hour close finally beneath this horizontal would be, a change in this trend as well. So a 4-hour close down here might give you that, okay? So I think I've covered everything there. Let's just do a Heiken Ashi. We haven't done the Heiken Ashi in a while. So let's look at our 4-hour Heiken Ashi. How am I doing on time? 20 minutes. All right. We'll keep it moving. So, this candle's green, but not too much to say on the 4-hour. Let's look at the 12. The 12-hour is still bearish on the Heiken Ashi. The Heiken Ashi is a good trending candle to look at. But, we could just get a little bit of a rally here. I don't know if it's going to be a rally to new all-time highs, but at least, to take us out of the trenches for a little bit and possibly reject it again. Okay, but one step at a time. The daily's still bearish on the Heikin Ashi. Your weekly is definitely bearish as well. And let's look at the monthly. The monthly, we closed the monthly. February closed as a bullish Heikin Ashi. So we'll have to follow up and see how this month closes. And that is a good point. Let's look at the candlesticks. The monthly did close, but it closed as a red candle. And looking at your moving averages, it closed beneath the blue 10 simple on the monthly. So you could have a potential range between this blue 10 simple at 8,900 and the yellow 21 EMA on the monthly around 7,500. So, could have a bit of a range in here, go sideways until after the halving. All right, so that's that as far as our Bitcoin chart. I'll take a real quick look at the altcoins and we'll get out of here, okay? So let's take a look down. Tezos, let me go to the daily. Tezos, on Friday I was saying it looked like a bit of a bear flag potentially. We're just going in a symmetrical triangle and it's been breaking down. I wanted to see a daily close above the 21 EMA for potential more upside, but we got rejected again. Your 50 EMA will be support at $2.47. Your Stokes are pretty low and looking for a cross up as well. If Bitcoin decides to have a little bit of a rally, I would imagine the altcoins will rally as well. So look for, the Don, the Godfather, Bitcoin to lead the pack, all right? But right now, everything looks a bit bearish, I have to say. XRP, below all moving averages, your blue 10 simple crossing down hard. This will be a bit of a resistance here, coming in at 24 cents about. So if we do get a rally, I would imagine you're going to see some resistance in that 24 or 25 cent region. If you break bearish, you're looking at a bear flag, pull down to around 19 cents, 20 cents, I would imagine, somewhere around here. Moving on to Link. Link, was the best performer a couple days ago, but also got rejected and, closed beneath its daily 21 EMA. It's, basically looks like a lower high. If everything dumps here, it's going to come back down and this will look like a lower high. But you do have your cross up on the Stoke. So, you just want to let's zoom in. Just on Link, we'll zoom in a little bit more. So I want to see us close a 4-hour candle back above the yellow 21 EMA and, probably break this little top here, okay? And then that wouldn't look so bad. That would look like, maybe even a bull flag going to the upside. This is your, a pull and a flag down, little falling channel, and then break upwards, okay? Otherwise, you have your support down here, the green 200 EMAs at $3.67. Your 4-hour Stokes are still coming down. Let's keep moving. Let's go to Litecoin. Litecoin looks very similar to the Bitcoin chart, so not much to say there. Bit of a falling channel, so we want to see a close back above the blue 10 simple, close above the yellow 21 EMA. This is on your 4-hour chart. On the daily, close beneath your pink 200 simple, not good. On the weekly, also close beneath all moving averages on the weekly, not good. Stoke crossed down, not looking very strong. And we'll finish up with Ethereum. Your Stoke on the weekly also looking to close down. However, Ethereum was a bit more bullish than the others. It did manage to close. I mean, this is a bearish engulfing weekly candle here, but we did close above all moving averages. So we'll have to see, do we get a bounce here? So if Bitcoin gets a bounce, you could see Ethereum bounce. Otherwise, it might continue downwards, okay? You could just have a bit of a, just a sideways range here. Hold on. These drawing tools are looking wacky for some reason. But you know, you had this coming down. We broke bullish out of this falling channel, but at the same time, it's just could be like some type of symmetrical triangle, you know, on a macro, something like that. Let's take a look. Do something like that even. Okay. So you could just fill out this range, and then hopefully we end up breaking bullish. Okay. So that's that, guys. Thank you for watching. I have some announcements coming this week. I have a Discord channel that I'm starting, and if you're interested, you can message me on Twitter. But, you know, in the next video, probably tomorrow, I'll leave the link for my Discord channel. You can message me there. But in the meantime, if you're interested, message me on Twitter. It'll be a group for members, get exclusive content. I can go into more in-depth technical analysis, do a full breakdown on some of the altcoins of your choice. I'll let you know, what I'm trading. There's tutorial videos. You know, if you want to learn how to trade margin, it will be a great opportunity. So it's definitely a great learning opportunity. All right, guys. So let me close that out. And that's that. This has been Crypto Rolly. We'll see you next time.